Hello, this is Professor Marhofka, and I'd like to introduce you to the course and how it's organized. The syllabus tab on the menu. Hopefully you've read that already, and you see that the topics that we're going to talk about are there. The grading process is listed there. The course policies are there, as is the schedule, and some other information that will help you to be more successful in this course. And hopefully after you read that, you would add a post to the discussion board that you have read and understood it. I really would like this done during the first week of the course. So if you haven't done that, please go back and do that. All the rest of the information for the course will be found under coursework on that left list of menus. Obviously, you can also get to the discussion boards directly, but there is a link to them within the coursework folders, and it's better organized that way because you can see which one relates to what our topic of discussion is. There is an introduction folder, which you found that because that's where this is. This is the screencast introduction. Once you have finished going over this, please proceed to the pretest there. This is just for statistical purposes to see what you know before the course started. So please, read each question and consider it seriously. There's no reason to look it up. There's no reason to try to figure it out. Just pick what you feel would be the best answer. You'll also get a participation and professionalism grade, and that is the next folder under coursework. And here is a rubric upon which you will be graded for the course. It's worth 5%, and I would think these points are all of yours to earn if you do the course. So we're looking at time management. Do you have handed in things by due date? Occasionally there might be some issue that you have that holds you up, but if they're repeatedly, there could be a problem. You need to contact me immediately. It's looking at your participation, that you have done all of the activities, and then I'm looking at quality too, that you have put some thought into the discussion boards, that you have taken your time with the assignments and the activities to earn the points. Yes, but also these are the things that are going to help you to understand what's going on in this course so that you will come out of it well prepared for A&P2 and for the other courses. All the clinical courses are based on this information. There is a project folder because you do have a project in this course. It is a simple little production of picking or drawing, and whichever way, of showing the cell and labeling its organelles. You will learn in week 2 what those are if that's not familiar with you. If you choose someone else's cell to portray, that's fine. Just make sure that you give a citation and a proper APA citation where you have found the information. Then you will list all the organelles and you will tell what each one does for the cell. And here again, you must either between those labeled and information given, give me more information that is in your text. Here again, you have to read the text to know what's there, and then you will choose a different source to do this. We'll talk in a minute where you can find some of these sources. And then obviously you will put it in your own words, but you can choose to add a few more organelles and explain them, or you could take 2 or 3 organelles and give me more information on those, or I know you have to list all of them and give a brief statement of function. Some people do that, and then they choose to do 1 organelle and give me maybe a page. This will all be in APA format, so it will be double spaced with regular margins. And then the third part, you will find an article. And this article is just about something on the way the body functions or doesn't function, which would be disease or disorder. It could be on some kind of research about something in the body and how it's working or not working well. Here again, APA format, double spaced. You will just entitle this synopsis of article, and then the reference page that is due will not list citations. Those are within, and the only one that really needs one is your picture if you do not draw it. You must use proper APA format, but you will list your source in an APA format entry style, what where that came from, where you got the information on the organelles, and then which may be one or two sources, and then your third source will be the article. And here again, this is APA format. If you're having issues with that, you can check under Library tab on Blackboard. There are resources there to help you out. You can certainly ask me questions. You can contact the school librarians just by email and ask them for help as well. And this also contains the rubric, which you're going to read that in the directions before you do it to make sure that you earn all of the points. Here again, if it's suggested that you get started on the organelles in week 2 while we're studying them, but then you have plenty of time to fine-tune this. You have sufficient time throughout the course to find your article and to write just a brief one-page summary. Remember, it is all in third person. This is not an educational synopsis that you're writing. You're not writing this to tell somebody else what you do. You're just to state what the article talked about. It is due at the end of week 8, but you'll see all that in this project folder. The weekly folders. One of the things they contain are the exams, so I'm going to address that first. Exam 1 is on chapters 1 and 2, which is the first week's work. So the exam is in the beginning of week 12 folder. The second exam is on chapters 3 and 4, which we study in week 2. So that exam is the beginning of the week 3 folder. These are short exams. Hopefully some of this information is sort of review for you, but you'll need to take the time. You'll see there is a review outline for each one of them. While you're working on that outline, you can either, you like the outline format, or you want to put each of those on a note card, easier way to study. If you have questions when you're preparing that, certainly you'll contact me about that. Exams 3, 4, and 5 are much longer, and they're more involved. Each of them are on 2 body systems. So even though each body system is just a chapter, there is much more than there are in chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this way you'll have a whole week to prepare. In that folder you will find the review outlines and you will find the exams there. There is also a post-test at the very, very end, and that will be obviously in week 11 folder. You will prepare for these exams. Like I said, you will use that review outline. If you've read your text, that gives you a large coverage of what the topic is. The presentations will narrow that down to the more specific things, and this outline will list the things that you will be responsible to know and understand. And like I said, I would prepare for them. I would work on those review outlines, ask questions about things that you don't understand, so that you do when it comes time for you to take the exam. Also, we're going to talk about other things in the folder like the assignments and activities. I also would not take the exam until those are returned to you, until you get the results, because here again, those are designed for you to interact with the activity, to understand it, the information. So you want to make sure you do before you begin to take the test. And things that appear in the weekly folders that have the course materials. There are PowerPoints for the presentations. I highly suggest you print those out. You have them there as you listen and peruse each of the screencast presentations. These will be things that I narrate. They come through YouTube. There's just a little click and it'll open up and begin to play. You may listen to it anytime, many times, but here again, if there's something that doesn't make sense, make a note on there and make sure that you inquire of me maybe say it in a different way. Your textbook also has this information in it. Following the screencast, there are usually 2 practice quizzes per week. And here again, this just is giving you an opportunity to see if you have learned and understood. And then, of course, once you finish the practice quiz, you're going to go to the feedback, because there's detailed feedback. And here again, that will explain why the answer is the answer. It will talk about some of the other choices that you had and why they are not the answer. For each week, there is an activity. Obviously, week 1 is on 2 chapters. Week 2 is on 2 chapters. Each other week is just on a sole chapter. Here again, these are things that I have found and put together. Somebody says, oh, what page do I find that? Well, I might lead you to the information in the text, but these are created differently, so it will make you think about what you read, think about what you've had in your PowerPoints, and apply them to activity. Here again, if you are really stumped, you're really confused, send me an email, explain what it is that you need, and I will help you get on the right track to be successful in your completion of that. The assignments are taken from the workbook to accompany it. Here again, if you've listened to the presentations, if you've read the chapter, certainly you can look these up as you go, but I will test yourself, see what you could put in there first, and then check it out. The activity and the assignment are graded, so they must be complete. And the assignment, I don't give partial credit. They're only each worth 10 points. If you have not completed the entire assignment, you won't get credit for it. So here again, this is a busy course. You need to plan your time accordingly. Everything is open. I may not have quite all the tests uploaded, but they won't open up until closer to the time when they will do, and I'll talk about those here again in a minute. But make sure that you have sufficient time to do everything well. And as I said, there is an exam review outline for every test. So since we said that exam 1 was in folder 2, the review is in folder 1. And as I said before, please complete all your other assignments. Make sure you've got the feedback on those before you take the test. But ask questions about what's on the review outline. There's a typo here, but exam 2 is in week 2 folder, although exam is in week 3. Exams 1 and 2 will open the Friday, week 1 for exam 1, but it will not be due until the Friday of week 2. Exam 2 will open on Friday of week 2, but will stay open till Friday of week 3. The larger exams, 3, 4, and 5, are in their own folders. That's where the reviews are as well. These will stay open a little longer. Exam 3 will actually open at the end of week 4 on Friday, but you will have the entire week until Sunday when that week closes to do the exams. And this will be the same for exam 4 and exam 5. Here again, if any of these things bring a question to your mind, please ask me. There is a general discussion board, and here's a place to post questions that you think others might want the answer to. So, I will look at it each day, maybe even twice a day, once in the morning and once in the late afternoon or early evening. I will respond. And here again, you could even post questions that not only you're asking of me, but you are asking of all students. So I encourage everybody to try to look at it maybe at least every other day. If you want to contact me, I try to be available as I can. Email is best. I generally check the school email about every hour or two, almost every day. Sometimes on the weekends or evenings I have somewhere to go. I may not look at it for 3 or 4 hours, but normally that would be a rare occasion that would go that long. And I generally respond right away. You may also, if you want to, leave a message, or if you could catch me at school on the school phone, and the information is listed here. I hope this helps you take a look at all the folders, go through them. Like I said, the exams will only appear during the time that you could take them. 1 and 2 from that Friday to the following Friday, exams 3, 4, and 5 from the Friday of one week all the way through till Sunday of the next week. But I am here to be your mentor, to help you, assist you, to facilitate your learning. But you have to do the learning. So hopefully you'll be interested in this topic and anxious to get started and have lots to learn. But also, like I said, feel free to contact me in case you do have questions or concerns. So I guess it's time to move on to the pretest, and then on to the presentations and quizzes and discussion boards and exams. Have a good term.